some bug bounty. So yeah, two. Okay, fine. So this session is on three vulnerabilities, which is one which is blind second order SQL injection. Second is a HTML injection via PDF, which is done by then to SSRF. Then third is the XXE attack via Microsoft Word document. So let's first talk about types of SQL injections. By the way, I will show you the bugs that like how to do this, how to crack the SQL injections here at the end of this slides. Okay. So first we'll talk about all the SQL injection types of SQL injections and learn, and just we will, and I assume like you all already know all the types of SQL injections, which are union, Boolean, time, and error based, right? So we'll just do a quick recap. Union based injection, where we first do a order by to check out how many columns does this a table has. Then we do a union select 1 2 3 4 5 6, and whichever gets reflected there we put this at the rate version, yeah, at rate version, and then we get the result. Then second is a Boolean based SQL injection, where we do a 1 equal to 1 and 1 equal to 2, and if we do 1 equal to 1, then we get all the list of usernames and anything else, and if we do 1 equal to 2, then which is false, and we don't get anything. Then we have a time based SQL injection, when we don't have any errors, we don't have any response, nothing. At that time we use sleep function to delay the response of the web request, and after 10 seconds, when the database sleeps, we get the response. Then this is the error based SQL injection, where if the SQL injection creates any error, which is something like not possible to do, at that time an error is being generated. At that time only an error is being generated. So during those times we can analyze the request and response, and we can exfiltrate all the database. So this is the most like this blog is I just like this. I mean, I just share this blog with you all. It has a cool write-up on how to do a error-based SQL injections. I'll just comment it out right here. You can take it from the chat list. Okay. Then finally we have a blind second order SQL injection. There will be many people who don't know about blind second order SQL injection. So the definition says that second order SQL injection arises when user supplied data is stored by the application, then and later incorporated into SQL queries in an unsafe way. Which means, suppose you have an input called title. So where you have inputted something like colon or 1 equal to 1, and then a comment like hash. But when this input is goes to your SQL query, it escapes your colon. As you can see, it escapes your colon, and but when it stores into database, it is stored in the original format, the way you have written it. But what if this data is again being called and being used in another query for another use? At that time an SQL injection can happen, right, which is called a second order blind injection, because we don't have SQL injection at the first place. But when our input is being used in something else, some different query, where it doesn't has any validation, because it assumes like whatever data is being coming from database is secured. So next is blind. So I'll just explain you in a code way. So suppose you have an input which a query says update set list topics. List means your table name, and topics is your column name, which is equal to \colon or 1 equal to 1 and the hash, and where id is equal to something like this. So this was the input, but when it will be getting saved in your database, it would be a plain text, a original text that you have written. Then it will be saved and then it will be saved like this. Then this your data, which is stored in a list table into a topics column, will be called again. See, a query will be made like select topics, where list from list where id is equal to this. Means this data is again being called, where res is equal to this result, where it will create a query, and then it will fetch the rows. Then this data, now the data has been collected. Now this data will be used in another query. See the call, select topics from books. It's another table where topics is equals to row topics. Row means the column name topics, and the data of the user id something this x6z4. So you can see there is no validation, nothing. So during this time there will be a second order SQL injection, and you will be able to grab data from this query. So many a times I have seen many people saying like I can do SQL map, and if SQL map doesn't do anything, means there is nothing, no SQL injection all. And many people also commented me like, I have SQL injection, I can break anything with SQL injection. But after also giving a notice that please don't do any brute force, people were doing brute forces on username while doing sign up, and still no one was able to crack that. But still there was a few guys who did it. One of the name was Manish Tanwar. So I'll tell you how he did it later. Okay, so any questions regarding blind second order SQL injection? Okay, you're not able to see the query. Just a second, I'll just I hope. Okay, now you can see it. Any questions regarding blind second order SQL injections? Please hit me up. Okay, I'll keep a track if anyone has any questions regarding it. Okay, now I will be explaining that how all these queries are actually being run backhand. Like if you do like colon or 1 equal to 1, that's it. Or you do union 1 2 3 4 5 6 union select 1 2 3 4, that's it. But what actually happens in the backend? So that's what I am going to explain you in depth. If I do any mistakes, please let me know. So I'll just make it bigger. So first there are, if I do show tables, we have these tables for our lab, which were contacts, flag, post, profiles are not a table. Okay, users. So suppose there was a query, select, okay, I can't see my keyboard, select everything from users where username is equals to test. So first what I am going to show you about the union injection that you all do. So this is what is the result when we do a select everything from users where username is equal to test. Now during injection, when we have the right to put anything between these two columns, so what we do always is we write a colon, then we write or, then we write 1 equal to 1 or union base. So I'll go for union this, then union select, then we do 1 equal to 2 equal to 3 into 4, and what we get is an error because we don't have the right number of columns, right? So during those time we first go for order by, we try for 5, we have no error. We try for 10, we have error. And we try for 6, we have no error. Try for 8, no error. 9, no error. 10, means we have 9. This is what we actually do during pen testing, right? But why is it asking for 10? Because it says that order by 10 means the table, which is this user, has 10 tables. If you see 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 9 tables. So this this has a 9 tables. You can, as you can see. So at those time, first we get that yes, this database has 9 columns in it. Then we do union injection, which is UNI union select and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we have our tables. So this is what happens when we when we use union select 1, 2, 3, and rather than getting a name in a particular place, we get a number. So this is what happens when you do it, because your email ID is being replaced by 2, your followers and bio profiles is being replaced by 9. So many times what happens that only few of these columns are being used. So sometimes email ID will be used or username will be used. So only this data is being reflected on your page. Then we go for @ version, right? And here we get our version name. And then what we do, information.schema, right? So we create a bracket here, and we use select table name from information schema dot tables tables. Okay, subquery returns more than 1. Yes, because I need to go for limit 1. No, table information schemas. This issue happens because it expects you to only reflect 1 row and 1 table. So I'll use limit 1. So this is what I got. So first of all, we all know that we use information schema to dump all the data, all the tables, all the usernames. But what is information schema? The first information schema is the list of all the database, all the table names and its column names, etc. So if suppose if you want to learn yourself, or many times it happens that we can't remember that information is it information.schema or information_schema, tables or columns. So during those times you should just manually go in and write something like select. I hope everyone can see it if I zoom out this terminal. Okay. If I use select everything from information underscore schema, then what I get, I think it should use tables. Yes, tables. So this is what happens, that I get a list of very big list of tables, where you can see we have a pentestal that I have used. So I'll just zoom out so you can see properly what actually it looks like. Okay, very big one. Yeah, so here you can see we have a table name, we have a column name called table catalog, table schema. Here you can see we have a table schema here. Here it is. So this is what we actually do during information.schema and during union based injections. It's lagging. बड़ा हो गया टर्मिनल बहुत. So to get all the tables which this database has, we will use table underscore name, and we get all the list of the tables, which is users, AT, etc, etc, etc. And then we are interested in columns, right? COLUMNS, and we have all, and we again have the list of column. So what's going on right now is that we have a table name also and we have a column name also. During those time we use that group concat and we just merge out what we actually require and we get a proper list of tables and rows. So I hope this is properly understood at what happens in behind actually in the background when we use these union based injections. I'll just take my screen. I hope everyone can see it. Any questions regarding union SQL injection? Basic fundamental first injection later advantage. Small okay, fine. I'll भाई बड़ा करता हूँ. I hope this is visible to everyone. I'll just turn off my. Okay, so next what we are going to see is the time Boolean based injections. Okay, next is union. So again we have a query like select everything from users. Okay, select everything from users where username is equals to test. This is what it is. Now what's the case that we don't have any errors, we can't reflect anything. What we can do is just change the response using Boolean injection that we do by colon then or 1 equal to 1 and we write a comment, right? We can do comment like this or by a hash, anything. So what's going on here, let me tell you. See what it says, select everything from users where username is equal to te, but there is no username like te, so it goes for all condition where all is equal to 1 equal to 1. So what happens here is this, select everything from users where 1 equal to 1 means it's not telling to get only a particular user or not. It's saying like select everything from users and 1 equal to 1. That's it. So again I'll just write it out. So this is what happens here where we can change the response and get all the usernames like this where we have all 1 equal to 1, and if we go for 1 equal to 2 we have no list, and we go for 1 equal to 1 we have all the list. And suppose if we use test and we use or, we won't get any, we will get only the username of test, because I mean all the usernames. Okay, something else is problem. Yeah, and I should use and. So when I use and, it says select the test and 1 equal to 1, so it will be it will only select the username who has test, otherwise all condition will go for both the options or any one options. So during those time what you will do to extract data, right? So obviously there is no need to just change the response, we want to explicit data. So what happens is when we use colon, and we can go for a substring, because as you can see, when the query is true, it reflects data. So at these times, but what we do is we use a substring function, which is substring, substring. And suppose if I say a colon 1 equal to 1, which is equals to a. So as you can see, so what substring means is that suppose I have a query, I have a string, and the first 1 comma 1 means the first one means the first character of the string, and the last, that you can see one, and this one means to extract only one character. So if I click enter, okay, substring, what's the issue? Oh yeah, I don't write or. Yeah, so since the query is true, I got all the list of usernames, which I'll just show my face. Yeah, so when I use substring is equal to 1 equal to 1, I mean substring as substring with a string something like this, and I ask for to get me a first character of this string. So it, and if it's equal to a, so it's mean it's true. If someone is still getting confused, I will again go for, I will again just go backwards. See, here was 1 and this was also 1. So if 1 equal to 1, then it's 2, right? So I will just replace this 1 which was here. I'll just replace this 1 with the substring query, substring function, which says, which now substring takes 3 parameters: a query, I mean a string, then the starting point and the ending point, you can say. And if, as you can see that substring first character is 2, means which is false, right? So it will not give me anything. But if I go for 1, it will give everything. So now what we do, we will again create a bracket here, and we will say select 1. So again select 1 means 1 means it which is true, and it will give me the output of 1. So it's again true. So suppose if I remove this 1 and I say, just for a better understanding, you can say what you can see the output of this result. And if I say @version, the output is 1, because bus a second, substring 1 equal to 1, 1 equal to 2. So it gives me a true and false, because if so this is what we got back up. Yeah, now if I select again here, select a string which is called AAA, and I again go for AAA. Okay, now what's the issue? Yeah, this I should go for 1 character. It gives me true. Now the next thing is we have to exfiltrate again. We have to exfiltrate data. So again we will use select table underscore name, where select from information underscore schema schema dot tables tables, and information information of schema limit 1, because it expects you to have a result from only 1 row and a 1 column. So make sure that you use limit 1. So if it was starting from a character, if I go for V, it's wrong. If I go for E, it's wrong. So again I'll show you in the short way what was the result of this query. You can see we have the first. Now what limit 1 means, to get the to result only 1 row. So means it will only result me 1 row. But what if you want to the second row, or third row, or fourth row, or last row? So during those times you can again use 1 comma 1, which means the same. The first one means to get me the first the top row, and second one means the number of rows that you want. Suppose if I go for 5, it will give me the first 5 rows. You can see if I go for 2, it will be next. If I go for 6, next. So this way you can change the limit. So suppose if I say 1, I want only 1 output, and I want the 6th row. So it will give me the 6th row. If I say 10th row 101, I suppose, yeah, it's there. Okay, so guys are saying, let me just check out the comments. you have another monitor, try using that for sharing the screen. No, I don't have any other monitor. I have only one and one laptop which I am using above my CPU. SQLI is all about this the reception. Why not use SQL map? Because SQL map cannot work everywhere. True. Therefore, manually inject. I will show you why SQL map doesn't work. Why SQL map doesn't work. I will show. There is a big misconception for all of you guys that if SQL map can do everything. See, man, SQL map is not God. First of all, it's made by a human being only. It's just a tool because it depends on the first order SQL injection. It doesn't go for the second order or third or something like which I am going to show you in the lab. The whole point of the session to learn about SQL can't do. SQL map was failed as many times. Sadly, me too. One should not use tools unless they have a fair understanding of manual techniques. Use the request tab from burp and then put in SQL map. Okay, but still that also will not work. Okay, so where I was, so yeah, I was at this place, right? So select everything from username and then we go for this whole part and we check and we check if this results the results of first character is one or what it is. So if I suppose if I go and say, okay, I'm getting confused now. Rewind the brackets, select, okay, here, no. yeah, limit 1. I have already used limit 1 here. Now if I would exfiltrate, if I want to exfiltrate this data, I will use 1 equal to 1, I mean 101 and this, so it will give me false, I guess. Yes. And if I use t, it's true, means it has the first character is 2. And if I go for second character and if I write here I, we have this again true. Then we go for third character tim. So this is what we can do during Boolean based SQL, you can say blind based SQL injection or Boolean based SQL injections. And for this you don't actually, if suppose SQL map is not able to exfiltrate data because of some threading issues or anything, you can put it into burp and just keep changing the response of this 3, like 1 2 3 4, and this data it's that where is m is written, you can change it to 1 2 1 2 3 4 and then a to z and some special characters. And in burp you can just see the content length. If whichever content length is higher, you can just check out like, yes, this was the string which was true, and I can then get all those data. But you can't just, if you want, like suppose if you are going manually and you can't just go on and use a b c d e f g, right? So during those times what you can do is use ASCII. Let me show you. You can use ASCII ASCII characters, like you can convert this whole into ASCII. And now it's, if I go for 32 35, it gives me for, yeah, I know that is something bracket issue. I know, I knew it. I don't bracket issue. Let's see. Okay, it's one warning 35. I want to convert this whole thing into, with this here will be a one bracket. No, I think there is no need for a bracket. I already had a bracket. ASCII. Yeah. So now, and so during those time what you can do is try out to go, you can use this more than case. If the ASCII character is more than 35, then it's true, like you can, like because the whatever character is getting reflected is more than 35, so then you can use 40. It's still more than 40. Then you can go for 45. It's more than 45. You can go for 60. It's still true. 90. Still true. 100 and 100, still it's true. Okay, ASCII characters, okay, 120, it's false. I'll just shorten my screen. Again it was false. Now if I go for 110, again 105 gives me all, means the value is more than 105. If I go for 108, it's true. 109, that means the value is 108. No, 109. Yeah, the value is 109. If I go for 10, it again gives me false. So the value is 109, and if I want to see what's the character, you can select char and 95. It's 95. What was it? 109. No, 109 means it was the M. So the third character was M. It was like TIM, time, if you remember. So I hope this also is clear about blind, what it is, blind injections or Boolean based injection. Any questions regarding blind and Boolean based? SQL map can't inject in all the endpoints you find in a recon. I have a bad experience of this. The stress is the target. Yeah, that's true. Any question, guys, regarding this? Okay, I'll go further. So we had a Boolean based injection, which was a blind based injections. Now our time is for error based injections. No, I mean, we'll go for time based injections. This clear works in Calculus. Use DROUBL. Okay, I'm starting with a time based SQL injections. I hope no one has any doubts. Okay, fine. So again we have a query just like we had before. Select everything from users USE plus where username equals to test. Okay. So again we have this something like this query, and we have a right to do anything at this place. So now what's the case is, you don't have any response, you don't have any errors, you can't change the page, you can't do anything. What only you can do is use this or sleep for 10 seconds. This is only thing that you can do. You can just you can just delay the response of the web application, and that's the only way you got to do. So during these times we will use case, like if suppose if this is equal to if this is equal to this, then do this or do that. Okay, it's taking time. I don't know why, because last time also I did, when I went for sleep, it took almost 1 minute. So I think again it is going to take 1 minute. So rather than this, I will go for 2 seconds. It should take at least less time. Just make sure that you understand this one, because in the lab I have used this time-based injection only, and the payload will be the same that which I am going to use now. Okay, it's taking too much time. Thanks, Ankit. SQL map -r switch after your spider the website. Yes, that's also we can do. sometimes I still think like how SQL map runs, because when I did a proxy and I just looked out all the SQL queries, I was like, what's going on in this query? I can't even understand also. Okay, it's taking too much time. There's something issue with my server. Okay, now what we are going to do is, suppose we have a completely blind, we don't have any way to change the response or to get to error. We can only go for sleep function. So we will tell the application that if this table's first column, first row string contains this character, then go for sleep, else don't do anything. So we'll go for union select, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and suppose anywhere, and this time we can go for anywhere that we want. Suppose if I go for 2, I'll create a column here and say select, and say for a case where 1 equal to 1, then sleep for 1. I'm actually I'm putting 1 second, but you have to go for 5 or 10 seconds, because my sleep is sleeping for too long. Case where 1 equal to 1, then sleep this, else null end. I hope the query is right. So it says where 1 equal to 1, then sleep, select case, select case when, yes, yeah, I think my sleep was working right. It's not sleeping anymore. The sleep is working now. Now if I go for 5 seconds, you can see the delay of 5 seconds. Yes, so we have a delay here. So again, what I have shown in a blind injection where we use substring, the exact same thing we have to do at this place where you can see 1 equal to 1. So again 1 equal to 1, and what we did substring. So again I'll use subs substring this, then again I will say select what could be, select a string which is trouble, trouble, which is my stage name while I was a DJ. Select trouble 1, and I say is equal to 1. Since this is false, it will give me error. Substring does not exist. Wow. Now if I go for, oh yeah, I forgot one thing, 1, 1, and if I go for f function trouble, substring spelling subs, it gave me null because the trouble one's first character was not f. But if I go for suppose third character, which is o, not 0, o, it again went for sleep, and I have a delay of how much, 2 seconds. If everyone can see the delay time, it's 2 seconds. I'll just increase the delay time, but 5 seconds. So again we are going to do the same thing. We are going to do that table underscore co underscore schema che schema from information underscore schema dot table tables. Limit, don't forget this limit 1 while doing this Boolean injections. Okay, schema spelling is wrong. I am very bad in my spellings. schema. Okay, again the result was false. So if I go for a, okay, I now don't know what's the result of this. Let me check. Select information schema. Okay, it's I. So now if I go for I, which I, अरे third character हो गया. Okay, this is the first, so I'm again asking for the first character of this table, and it will go for sleep again. So you can see this job. So a payload during SQL injection for time base would be this one, this whole part. Not if you want exactly what would be, or you can go for hyphen space hyphen, or you can go for hash, which is this. So if I go for hash, and I have to again set a semicolon, because semicolon was also went for in comments, and this worked. So this is what I have done. This is what we are going to do in the lab, where we had a time-based injection in a username function in the download data, where when you click the download, it will grab your username and again use that username to grab all the data. At that time it will create a delay, and you can just exfiltrate all the data using the delay options. So I hope this is also is clear to you. Okay, I think all the I'm going for the next one, error based SQL injection. Should I? I'm going. Okay. Now what's the error based injection is? Suppose you are doing select case where 1 equal to 1, then in 1 bracket 0, else null end. Select case, see, if you talk in the PHP language, it is telling if 1 equal to 1, then divide 1 by 0, else do nothing. And again I have a something error where I have used when. So since 1 equal to 1 was not, wait just a second, 1 equal, yeah, it's right. So see, 1 equal to 1 is true. So if 1 equal to 1 is true, then go for 1 divided by 0. And if you see, 1 is cannot be divided by 0, right? Because 0 is have nothing, and you can't divide anything by something. So if even if you go for calculator and you say 1 divided by 0, it will also give you an error, cannot divide by 0. See, so at this place you can see that we have a warning saying that there is a warning, and if I go for 1 equal to 2, we don't have anything, we don't have any warnings or issues. So this is what it creates the error. So error based injection is this one. So where your query will be run without any errors, but it will create a warning which sometimes get reflected in the database because of not handling the errors. During those times you can use these types of injection to check out make errors in the database and grab your and exfiltrate data. So again, in this case, if I say you have this type of injections, you can use the same thing where you use select case 1 equal to 1, and you can, rather than going for sleep, you can say 1 equal to 0, and we have a warning. So what's the difference between these two is the delay time. So if you see, when we have a error on the spot, we can grab all the data instantly by running an intruder, and we don't have to wait for the delay, because there are hundreds of requests will be made, and from 100 of requests there would be 50 to almost 10-20 query would be true, and those will create 10 seconds of delay, 5 seconds of delay. So it takes a long time. But during these error base, you can just get an error, and you can see the content length or the particular string if it's available or not, to see if if the value was true or not, if there was any error or not. So I hope everyone is clear about this. Because now I'm going to show you the lab which was a second order SQL injections. Before going further, I would just want to ask, just tell me all, if whoever is watching, just let me know if you have any issues or doubts, questions, queries, etc. Okay, till then I'll just okay. Many of you guys have, I hope, seen this this one where I was using this Python code to exfiltrate the flag. Actually, this took me a long time, that's why I forwarded the video. So this is what I'm going to show you now. So this is my exploit. This is the whole exploit that I have written to get all the data from the flag. But before that, I just switch on this 1.3 login here. So this was the result. Now everything is going to be disclosed. I know many people have tried a lot to get as a SQL injection. So SQL injection is at this download data button. When you click download, it creates a delay, and you capture and you just record that delay record that delay, and you get the result. So I'll create a username, suppose something like this, and now many guys have seen that we had a problem for spaces. Means if I go for colon or sleep 10 equal to 10, which should work, right? And create anything, not here, anything, sign up. Now if I go for sign up, you will see that all the spaces was being replaced by underscore, right? So you can't create a query, you can't do any SQL injections here because of this. But we can still bypass this space restrictions. If you see, if I go for select select 1, and if I write where it is star, this will still work. So if you don't know what is this hyphen, I mean the slash star, this is the comment that I am using it. So it says select, then a comment, and then 1. So comment can be worked as a space for a SQL injections, for a SQL table. So this is what I have done to bypass the space, because one thing I forgot in lab is that I didn't use the function called trim function. What trim function does, it replaces all the spaces, all the line, everything, and makes it in a single line. So that was the one mistake that I did in my lab. So someone, that this guy, I'll just show you, Manish Tanwar, was able to do that SQL injection. I think he has shared me his table of payload. Yeah, this is what he did. What he did is he used the %0a to bypass the space restriction, and he got the response in the PDF file. So he did a basic union based SQL injection, and he grabbed all the data, and that result was being reflected in a PDF file, and there he was able to get the flag. You can see was able to, this is what So this is also one of my mistake that I did, because my intention was to create a time-based SQL injection only. So suppose if I am creating this big, it will take a long time, so I will go for this one. If I go for this star this means comment, so you will see that still after doing so much thing it will work, because this is all is just a comment that we are using. So what we need to do is sign up with colon this hyphen comment or this in C, or again using the comment and sleep for 10 seconds, again comment, and then a real comment with hash. I will just create a username with this one. Username created, sign, okay. So I am logged in with this username, and now if I click select, I expect that it should create a delay. I hope it create a delay. Yes, it's creating a delay, and the response is slow. Error base explains one more time. Okay, just a second, I'll just explain you one more time. I went for 10 seconds and this is going for God knows, but still you can see that it is creating a delay. We are not able to download data instantly. Fine. So I'll explain you one more time the error based injections. No, how to clear this? Okay, fine. So if suppose there is a query which cannot be actually done, because see, I'll explain you in calculator only. Divya Chaval. So see, if I say 5 multiplied by 5, which is true, and it will give me the result, right? But if I say 1 divided by 0, it will work, it will not crash, it will not break. But what it says that this thing that you are asking me is not possible. We cannot divide we cannot divide it by 0. So this is what same thing happens in MySQL query, where we say select case when 1 equal to 1, else then 1 divided by 0, else null. Null means do nothing, you can say null, and end. If you have any knowledge regarding PHP or any programming language, so in those places I can explain you. So see, this query says, I'm again repeating, this query says if 1 equal to 1, then divide 1 by 0, else null, else do nothing, and end it. So I again repeating, select case if when 1 equal to 1, select if 1 equal to 1, select case when 1 equal to 1, then do this or do nothing. If 1 equal to 1, then do this or do nothing. So in this case 1 is equal to 1, and which is true, so we'll go for 1 divided by 0, and hence there is no error like SQL error or nothing, because we don't have any like colon which will create any errors like this, right? It is just informing that this thing is not possible to do. Okay, shant bhai, हाँ. So now to exfiltrate data, see what happens many times, that error based injection doesn't means that the that regular we see that as you have a SQL error or this error, that error. It's not that error, it's the error from, it's a logical error, you can say. So during those time we can use we can take advantage of this logical error and change the response, because when we have a blind time-based injection and where we don't have any response, so during those cases we might be able to change the response using by changing the logical using logical cases, like this 1 equal to 1, which is not actually possible. So if I go for 1 equal to 0, which is false, right? So select case when 1 equal to 2, then go for 1 by 0, else null. So since 1 equal to 2 is false, it will go for null. So if I suppose say rather than null and I say sleep, again sleep for 5 seconds, so it will go for sleep. So you can do any alternative ways. Now to exfiltrate data, we use that same technique which I have shown you in the blind, you can say Boolean based injection, where we used substring, which takes 3 parameters. So I'll just 3 parameters. One, the value. So value suppose would be my name. Okay, not my name. Divya. And I want the first character of this string, and I want only one character should be in output. So this is what I get. Okay, wait. I should create a null, and I say that if is equals to, I should give a value, a condition. So suppose if I go for D, which is smaller, it again created a error. You can see the warning thing. We not always have this the warning thing here. So when there was a logical error, we got this warning saying that there was something issue which something which can't be possible. And if I go for big D, which is true, and give me null again, and if I go for A, so it gave me issue. So now again one thing, why are you might be ask me like, why did you use the ASCII rather than you normally using a substring and doing this way? Because you have, if many guys have noticed this, when I used a bigger, like the capital D, it was still true and gave me an error. When I use a smaller d, it again gave me an error which was true. So suppose if you are exfiltrating password, and during those time if you are using only substring and you are using this, so it doesn't care if the string is as a capital, like the character is a capital or small. So that's why we use ASCII characters to get exactly what the result or a data is. So again, to use ASCII characters, we use ASCII, a bracket, and again a bracket close, and now it will take int. So suppose if I say 5, no error. If I go for, and I checks if the ASCII character is greater than 55, yes, it's greater than 55, because it gave me a warning. If I go for 90, it means it didn't give me any error, so it means it's less than 90. 80, it's less than 80. 70, it's less than 70. Okay, 60, it's more than 60, and I'll go for 65, it's more than 65. 68, less than 68. 67, less than, more than 67. So means that question, yeah, this was the thing. And if I want to confirm that this query was true or not, we can use select char by using 60, 60, 60, 67, and it should give me a capital D. Oh, capital C. Oh, just okay, sorry, my bad. It should be 66. It should, no, ABCD 68. Yeah, that's it. Now if I go for select 68, it will give me a capital D. So Divya Chaval, is it nice to you? if you want to understand again how you can use this query during testing, manual testing, select everything from users where user name is equals to this. So this is the part where you're going to upload your payload, and you will go for un union select again 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9 union select this union select users where username is equals to test. You have an SQL injection where user select users from so this is what we get during union injection, and then we can go for this part. So I will be getting all this response in this fourth table. I'll just take this and I expect to get an error. Yes, you can see we have an error. We have a warning saying that this is something issue. And again, if I go for 60 55, it will not give me any error. Yes, so this is the payload we use during union based error based injections. Yes, Manish Tanwar भाई जी. चलो आगे बढ़ते अपन. So this is the I have shown you how I did this in a download button. So you can see still the application is getting sleep in a sleep mode. I'll just cut it out, log out. It's not getting log out. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll create a query which is going to be bigger than this one actually. Let me show you the query. Just a second. Print username So this was the query which I used to exfiltrate data. So wait a second. No, not this one. Print username, login. It's this at this part I want. नहीं भाई ये भी वो क्यूरी नहीं है. Okay, I'll write it manually for you guys. So my job right now is to exfiltrate a data from a flag table. So what the query would be, suppose again I'll start it from beginning only. Okay, I can create a table name. I can get a username from here. अरे भाई क्या हो गया? So again we have something like this. Then we use union select. Then again 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, which is true. And then we'll get a bracket here. We can create a bracket anywhere between 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9. And now we will use the case function to create an error. Create a sleep mode to take it into sleep mode. So again union union case when 1 equal to 1 then sleep for 5 seconds, else I think no one is able to see. Else, and else null, null null, or then end. So this was a true. Now at this place we are going to do our main magical things, which is first subst substring, which is going to take 3 parameters. I need first and first, one first character, and then I will create a query here saying select everything. No, select your flag. After I'm not actually going around and doing from the beginning for information.schema. Assume that I have already done that information, going from information.schema, then fetching all the table names, and then getting the flag, that then I realize that there is a column name flag. So from there from that part I'm going to use it. So select, because it is going to take a lot of time, and it's been already 74 minutes we are live. So select, so the column name was your flag, your flag, from table name, which is flag. So this has only one, it has only one table, and one column and one row. So it's okay if you don't use any limit, but still in real world we should use limit 1 while doing these types of injections. So again, select your flag from flag 1. So this will be resulting in me something. Then okay, I'm again getting confused. It's at this place. No. Which is equals to, I don't know what's the flag. I wrote it randomly. Suppose if I go for 5, it should not create a sleep. It create me an error. Substring flag. So select users from the union, select case when substring string, select your flag from flag limit 1. This was the issue, only small issue. So again, now the condition was false, so I didn't got any sleep, it didn't went for sleep. So suppose if I use this 55 and I convert this whole response into an ASCII characters, ASCII, and now I can check. So see if we don't have any errors. So means if I go for 10, we have a sleep for 5 seconds. Means the value, whatever the flag is more than what you can say 10, the ASCII character 10. So I'll use 30. Again went for sleep. Again I'll go for 40. Again went for sleep. I'll go for 45. Went for sleep. 50. Again went for sleep. 60. Come on. Yes, it's between 50, so it should be 50, around 55, more than 55. So I'll go 59, 58. Okay, it's less than 58. If I go for 56, means it's 55. No error. No. If it's greater than 50, it should went for sleep, right? If it's I don't know why I'm getting confused now. So it's not greater than 60. It would be 52 something. No. 52 is नहीं है, 50 तो होगा, 50 के ऊपर, हाँ it's more than 50, that's for sure. So if I go for 51, again went for sleep, 52, 52, 52 we already tried, so we'll go for equal to sign. No, so it means it is 50. No, it's not 50. 49. There, just a second, let me check what's the select 49 char. What is 50? So 50 is 2, 51 is 3, so my flag should be, I don't know, 52, 53, 50, 50, 50, 52 नहीं है. भाई क्या करे. That's why I go for this is what happens when we don't write scripts. Oh, I was going for 41, 42, 43 rather than 51, 52. Oh yes, I was trying 50, 46. That's why I was saying what's going wrong with me. Look, I will just short this. Okay, 51 greater than 55. I'll use for equal to only, it would be nice. 52. Yes. So it's 52. So it's 52. So if I go for select char for 52, it should be 4. It is 4. So that's what we do. Now for the next character we go for 2. We write here 2 because we ask for the second character now, and again we do the same thing. So you can see we have a 2 loops here. If we go for if we write a Python script, we have 2 loops. One loop is this first character, and then second loop is this ASCII characters. To let the ASCII characters are main that we use are from 32 to 126. If you see, oh, it's still on sleep. Wow. If you see the ASCII characters, ASC, what a spelling. Yeah, ASCII tables, ASCII table. So if you see from 32 we have a space, and till if you go for 126 we have a, I don't know what this called. So everybody can see it. I'll just zoom it out of my new tab. Wow. So here it is. So the ASCII character starts from the main which we use basically is from 32 to 126. So we should create a loop bit from 32 to 126, and while if you are running this query into an intruder. So our query is, so our payload would be from this part to this part. So if I again in the lab that we used, we have to bypass the space. So we again use this star and replace all the spaces. It is going to work the same. It is going to work same. So for this I have written this Python script where I will just explain you in depth what, I don't know how to zoom this, but still I hope everyone is able to watch this code. Maybe I can use funds. No. Okay, so our whole code starts from this 114 line. Just keep tracking the line that I'm repeating. 114 line. Okay, 114. Then then there is a function called main which takes two parameters, which is the Python, the code name, and the second one will be the payload, which is select, which is something which will be something like this. And then okay, this is not the interesting part. The interesting part is this: the first, that IP is equals to localhost. You are going to use the IP is equals to that 134, that whatever the IP was, and then queries will be equals to the your argument that you have provided, which will be something this. Then I will be then all the spaces between in your query will be replaced by a comment. Then inject function is going to use, which takes 3 parameters, which is 40 and a query and a IP. So query means select everything from flag, that thing, and IP means the localhost, which or the IP addresses you have. So this function this code will go to this part. Then there's a variable called extracted. Then we'll create a loop of this whole thing. The loop starts from 1 and ends till r means the 40. R means 40. As you can see, we have given the 40, so means the length would be the length that I expect. The length I expect for the output would be around 40 characters. So I'll create a loop from 1 to 40. Then injection payload, which will be union select case when ASCII substring is this thing, select your flag. So this whole thing is going to replace at this part, something like this, and again percentage s1. I'll just show you what this percentage is equals to this character, which is going up and going to replace. I'll again showing you what that was. So again it says case when substring some query first character is equals to this, then sleep for 10 seconds, else null, and 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9. So this percentage means to take the input of this value. So the inject value is the query. You can see in this query. So just take a track of it. The query start from here, which is your select the query, which goes here. Then it will go here, and this will go here, and this will go at this place. So at this place it would be select your flag name from flag, and k would be this value, that first, second, third, fourth, fifth, which will be created while the loop runs, right? So it will be like 1, then 2, then 3, and it will go on till 40. And then we create when there is one more function which is called registration. So because we have to first register, right, which takes 2 parameters, which is IP and inject string. IP is equals to that localhost mine, and inject string is this whole part. So if I'll show you later on. So okay, now this registration function goes at this part, this line number 18, where again it takes 2 parameters, which was IP and my injection string. So again we create a loop where the loop starts from 32 to 126, which is the ASCII characters which we need. Then we have a target, which is the sign up with the sign up, and again the IP will be replaced. This will be replaced by the IP value, and password is going to be random, which is password. Then username is going to be the username which was a whole payload that we used. Then this is useless, we don't want it. Then we'll create a post request using these parameters which is needed during sign up. So we have a username is equal to username, and email is equals to random string, which I did, and @tester.com. Password is equal to again password, then password for confirmation, and sign up. Then it creates a post request and allows redirect its data, all the parameters it's taken from here, and the URL. That's it. Now again we go back. So this part has been done. Now it goes back. Now it's go next for the registered value, and which against run another function which is called login, which takes the same parameters used by registration. Again it goes for the login function, right? Again does the same thing, exactly same thing. It again we again go for login, and this whole loop is still here. So when we are logged in, just see, when if the response of this request contains a text called followers or anything you can say, then do this. So what it does here, it goes for the settings.php, which is download is equals to download data, because since this can be done in a get request also. So this is a URL, then a data. It's all right. Okay, I have done both the things, get also, and you can do any one of it. It's all right. Then we create a get request, and make sure to keep the session up while logging in. We have to take all the sessions, so that when you create a get request, it takes all the cookies also. And then for the time, because we there was a time base, right? So we have to check out the response time. So I have set this response time for 20 seconds. So suppose if the application doesn't respond within 20 seconds, it will it will just go on and do it, like the code will run out, like the code will run and it will not stop. So it is going to wait for 20 seconds only. So now time is equal to response dot elapsed dot total seconds. This is what I am gathering. So how much time it spent here. So if the time is more than 10 seconds, because I am using sleep for 10 seconds, so if the response time is more than 10 seconds, it will return me the value of j. Now the value of j means that ASCII characters. The value of j means the ASCII character. Suppose you are using 67, like I have reached here by 67, then it will return, and it's true, then it will return me a j value in a character form, and like that. And one more thing, this value, you might be confused, what is this? So what's happening here is we are replacing this whole character, this whole part into the by this string j. This string j is this ASCII characters, which will be between something that, and our username will be
low battery, please charge.
Just a second, low battery. So this is what happens here, and we retrieve the value of the ASCII character. So what I have done here is that it takes a query, right? So to run this code in C Python, Python full exploit, and whatever you want. So suppose if I want select your your flag from flag flag, and don't forget the limit 1, like MIT limit 1, MIT limit 1. That's it, I hope. And then we will wait and to see what's, and till now, and since I'm in my local host, we can check out the logs file. To check out the logs file, we use tail-f, then we go for var, then go for log, then go for mysql, then go for mysql log, and you can see my Python script is creating this much of users registrations, and there will be a time when we are going to go for sleep, maybe. So till then till then it's running. You can ask me anything, any questions. So you see, we had a sleep here, there is a sleep, and application has been stopped for 10 seconds. Again it ran out. It's and we have a value. Okay, I'll be waiting till this ends. Till then, guys, hit me up with any questions you want to. I think my video is very delay. Means I have set up my laptop here and I'm seeing the video is bit delayed. Questions, guys? Questions? Anyone? No one has any questions. Again, we have a delay. Should get another character. ओह हाँ गाली गाली हैंग हो गया तो वाट लग जाएगा. Is there everyone? I hope everyone is able to hear me. Just write a message if anyone has any issue or someone is getting an issue with audio. What about using between conditions? Chapter 52. You are rhyme 6. Here you I am able to hear. You can capture the request of download and do this. No, Sachin, you can't do that because it requires a username, right? You have to keep doing it in for all the username. Like you create a username, you sign up, you log in, and you download data. Again, you create a username, sign up data, and log in, and you do a download. So even if you say that you will run into you capture a request of download, then what parameter will you change? My question is that what parameter are you going to change, or where are you going to change set your payload? Select one from sleep 3 from dual where ASCII substring 1 database equal to 1 between 100 and 1. Yes, that's also true. We can just check out if the value is between these two ASCII characters or not. Yes, no issue. Thanks for the update. So I'll go for the next topic, which is SSRF. Okay. We'll wait. And for this code, okay, my Kali is stuck again. Yes. And I'll just share this code with you all. Whoever wants it can take it. So how should I share it with you? Okay, I'll upload this. Okay, fine. I'll make it public for everyone to use. Or I should upload it in a GitHub. Okay, I'll upload this in my GitHub account only. It will be nice. So, and anyone who wants to try this payload, this script in live, you can do it. I hope my server doesn't crashes. Even after some guy used SQL map, it worked fine. My Apache server was running fine. So I'll just upload this in my GitHub repository. Because if you are going to run in live CTF1, it is really going to take a lot of time. So six. For a while I'm what do you say, I'm uploading it in one of these exploits. Later on I will just remove this that file from here. No, not this one, not this one, not this one. I have not yet created the repository of for Hacking Sunday episode 1. When I will create it, I will upload it into that particular uh, repositories. Exploit. Till then, you just take this URL, add some what. Uploading one by one. Okay, it's done. It's a full exploit. And number one, there it is. You can take it. I uploaded the link. Okay, I should upload it here. Night. I just forgot. Download it, guys, and you can run it right now also if you want. So okay, let's go for the next one. Next is the which is the HTML injection through PDF in PDF from SSRF to get SSRF. So for these attacks, when so these attacks depends on the PDF generator which is being used. So it's not like all the PDF generators will work like this, because only the from vulnerable generators only affect this vulnerability. So some things that which you can use is image tag, iframe tag, script tag, or link tag. So payload 1 would be a iframe. So suppose there is a backend core IP which only a admin can use it. So during those times you can use iframe, and you can grab that admin, you can put that admin, and the result would be reflected in your PDF file. Or other thing could be that you can use this AWS server to get the metadata. And I don't know if anyone, I know that many guys have solved this SSRF. So have you anyone tried to get this thing? I don't know if anyone has. So second payload could be a script where we create a XML HTTP request to get the etc host files. If suppose nothing works, only script is working, so still we can go for SSRF and grab all the data. Third would be a link tag. So this thing I was inspired by the Namsek from his NAHAM. I don't know if you have, many people have seen this. This is RF PDF, not this one. VCPI Namsek PDF. This is RF VCPI. Okay, again. So this was the blog which he wrote, where he showed how he used this link tag to get the data, exploit all the data. So for in the lab also there was a I took VZprint, which was blocking all the tags, iframe, image, script, and was able to, and we were only able to use a linked tag only. So I got inspired and I created a lab on this. So I'm getting confused with this part. So suppose if I create just log in into this user, and then I change my bio to something like this, etc password, and change my bio. So bio is updated. I go to settings and download data, okay, just a second. Before downloading, I just remove all the downloads and save it here. Now what's the case is that our tag has been executed and the etc password data is in this PDF, but it's not getting reflected here because it's in you can say it's in backhand, you can say. So for that, Namsec has already created a tool for which we can use, which is Python, Python, I don't know, cd Python. But okay, Python. So yeah, this was the code which he wrote, which was downloads PDF. So what this code does, if you carefully see this file, if I open this into a normal text file, you will see a lot of data here. Yeah, a lot of data. So if you see carefully, there are many backslash. So what this tool does, it just grabs data after this stream tag, this stream, and converts this whole thing into a UTF-8. So when I run this command, this file thing, okay, there is something wrong. So just a second, profile, it's not properly updated, I guess. ITC file attachment. Oh, it's not working. I'm using VisiPrint. Let me try it to localhost. Oh. This is what happens when we have a bad code. Okay, fine. I have a profile. No, it is not going to work like that. Okay, I got it because of some session issues, that tag is getting uploaded in another user. I got it. I'm actually not getting logged out completely. History, I should remove. I'll use the ignotic tab. ऐसे कैसे हो गया? But I gave the wrong link. The first link. What first link can you just tell me? Okay, again. Okay, I'll go to your profile, and again I will just change my bio. Click here, settings, and delete this file, and click download data. Save. Now if I try out, Session issues. That is a big session issue, I guess. I think that code which I wrote there has done something incredible. It has got crashed. Okay, use. So see, I just deleted 4804. Okay, delete from post also. View post from delete from post. Okay. Now if I create a user, it should work fine. No. Yes. Test. 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 Yes, and I hope this SQL ने वाट लगा दिया है. Now if I change my bio to this, it should work. Download data. Let's remove this one. Download data. Okay. And not this one. Which कहाँ चला गया? हाँ ये. It's still not working. Don't know what's wrong. Should have gave me the values. Am I using the right tool first of all? Yes. Yesterday's was working and today is not working. Not yesterday, today morning. I would say today morning it was working. Now it's not working. Okay. Other than this, I will give something else. It was what can I give? File etc host. Is it host or host? Okay, etc it's host. Now I don't know why it's not working. Because today morning I tried to grab my metadata from DigitalOcean and it was working fine, and now it's not working. Now mitigate हो गया लगता है. Okay, fine. I should have created a recorded video. Okay, still, if anyone is able to do it, let me know. I don't know what's going wrong with me. If I no wait. It's because of this something is wrong with this file. Something is wrong with this one. let me see, because the data that I am sending and it's taking, and I am using a session, so because of which the link, that link tag is being updated in another user. For that reason I am not able to update in my user. I got the issue. It's because I have the way I have created the lab, this is the issue, and my server is down. And my server is how many of you are running that that code right now? Please just text, just write me if anyone is using that Python script. Because I think now this is down. नजर लग गई. Clear history, everything clear now. Now I suppose if I go for test login, I should create a proper user. Since all the sessions are died, no one want to tell. अरे भाई ऐसा मत करो. But why this is not getting logged out? I'm not able to get meta by any data. Save. Freak. No, it's not working. It's not working. Why don't delete all the user and post from your local host? I did that. Select. Okay, delete from post. Fine. Oh my god, 5,000 and 5,900 and 5,000. How is it? My code is still running somewhere. Okay, delete. I deleted this 5,000 users right now. Again going to delete. Okay, delete. No more users. Okay, and from users 95. Okay, now everything has been removed. Now still if doesn't work, then someone has done a black magic. Maybe. Yes, I'll just try it right now. Okay, I'll again download my update. But first I have to update it. See, link, reference, attachment, this file, host, change bio, updated, and it's the proof that it was updated. If I refresh my page, yes, and settings, and download data, save, and it's been saved like this. It's not working. Yes, please just forward me right now if you can. Select everything. Okay, it's blank. From post it's blank. From users it's from post. Select everything from post site. And we have only one user, one email ID. And what's the issue? It's done. Manish, Dhanwad, I'll just send. I'm just sending you my WhatsApp number. You can share me at there, or you can just mail me. I'll just write my email address. Mail me on this email ID, fake@gmail.com. Please mail me that PDF file at this. See, someone is just a second. I'll just check out who are running what. It's why is it such much so busy. Root. लो कहाँ पर है? नहीं है। तेरे को दिख रहा है तो फिर हाँ अच्छा अच्छा चलो बताओ। देखता हूँ मैं। I just check out the log. Okay, no one is using this. I uploaded it to GitHub. Okay, fine. I'll take it from GitHub only. Can you just share me the link? Just share me the link. Now it's accessible to me again. I'll go for profile, text, change bio, updated, settings, download data. I didn't got the link. Manish Tanwa, can you share me the URL? Okay, from here now data is also not getting downloaded. But still, if there is a guy who did it. Okay, fine, I got it. So this all files works, right? Everything works. Okay. Now let's try. Yes. So I think he got Apache config files. So thanks Manish. So what was happened that he went for the Apache config files, and when I used that namsec tool, it converted all that data into a UTF-8 and gave me this proper text. So using this Manish got the web root of the web application, and again by using this same vulnerability he was able to get he downloaded all the source code files, and then after downloading source code files, he did a code review for the settings.php, and where he find out that there was a second order SQL injection, and then he did a union based SQL injection, and got the flag in a PDF file, the way you can see at this part. So thanks Manish for the help. Okay, so next thing is next topic will be a XXE in Word file. XXE in Word. Okay, so these are some useful links that you can use. I'll just share this PPT with you. Copy link. And anyone who likes to want to see can see it. Come on. So I shared the PPT link. Okay, so these are some useful blogs which you can read for the SSRF in PDF file. One is from the Riaz, and the second one is from Namsek. He did a research on it. Okay, next topic, XXE via Microsoft Word. So first of all, I want to apologize to everyone that I was not able to create a lab for the XXE because it took me a lot of time, and also I had some electricity issue and internet issue, so it took me a very long time to create, and I failed for creating a lab. So I just apologize for you, but still, if you want to try this thing, you can try it in a Hack the Box patent machine, where we have an option to upload a docs file, docx extension docs file, which you can use to exploit it. So I'll just show you how it works and how to create a vulnerable docs doc file. So first, what is XXE? XXE is an XML external entity, which means a XML file which contains some external entities. So it's like you have XML data, this like this. Then there is a parser who takes the XML data and reads that, you can say loads that parser, and then it goes to the application. So concept is same for the Microsoft docs file also. Docs file is basically created of all of many XML files. So when there is a parser who reads this docs file, so what happens that while reading this docs file, we have an entity which has the ability to read the internal files, or create a request, HTTP request, and those things can be used. So suppose if the docs file is being loaded by the backend code, and you don't have any way to get to take that document file, so during those times you can use external entities like out of band and create a HTTP request to exfiltrate all the data by hitting all the data into your get request into your server. So how does it? So this is a basic payload which we use, which we have a doc type and an entity name XXE, and then a system keyboard, and with the file protocol which takes etc password file. So whatever the data comes from this part, this entity, the entity starts from the entity is this part. So whatever the data is being generated from this entity will be showed in this tag, in first name, between this first name tag, and the second payload will be inside the entity only itself. So you can so just the changes is that rather than putting an ampersand, you have to use a percentage sign while giving a name, and you have to and then again, rather than giving that's it. So this is a short thing you have to do while creating this typos, when you are not able to update into any between the tags. That time you can use inside the entity itself only. So this is like metadata. You can see a DTD file. So suppose you are doing a you are requesting a DTD file in a, suppose wait, I'll explain you in next slide. So next payload would be something like this, where we have XXE system and then file etc password, and we don't have any response or anything like that. So we again create an entity with this thing and create a HTTP request, and all the result of this entity will be concatenated with this HTTP request, that is which is my server, and this entity will be executed at this part, and when this thing will be executed, it will run this entity and we will get etc password into a get request. So suppose we have a payload, we use this payload as a attacking to exfiltrate data for the out of band. So we are taking a HTTP request of a DTD file, and this DTD file contains some entities, something like system, eval, and these are being executed. So the concept is same. We are again going to create a request, and the result of this file, which is etc password, will be concatenated at this part, and it's again a out of band XCC attack. So any questions till now? Because I think I have given more time for SQL injection only, because it was a very broader concept, and this XXE and Microsoft was not so big one. So just I'll just show you how you can create an malicious docs file. So suppose you have a file home word. I have to I think I need to download. I have to download a docs file. Okay, I'll download a demo docs, DEOS docs, DOCX docs sample. I will download this one, the 100 KB one. So what we need to do, we can just we will create a directory mkdir word. We'll go in, then we'll go into, and we'll send this file into this. We'll go into word, and we'll do unzip file docs, and it will unzip all the XML. If you can see, we have a big list of all the XML files only. The majority of all the files you can see is the XML file. So the main file that we need to change is, you can create yourself a directory and change it at that place also, or you can just change, or if you want a response back into a Word file, you can just go to Word, which is going to be created by itself. You can see the Word directory and the document XML. Okay, where it is? Okay, this file, quite large. So at this part, we can just put this doc. Okay, I'll just copy and paste from here only. We can just paste this whole payload here. So I think there is no need for this one. So we create a doc type, we create an entity, and we create a HTTP request for this DTD file. So what happens is, whenever that malicious parser will run this XML file, it will create a HTTP request and take that DTD file which contains this data, and it will create a HTTP request or something that, and will get a response in our server. But suppose if we want response in our own page in that Word file on itself, so we can just create a file and etc password, and rather than percentage we can use ampersand, and we can paste it anywhere between the tags, between the common tags. Suppose this is a at this place, and what is and XXE and save. So this is all that we need. This is everything that we need to do to create a malicious docs file. So if I run, since I don't have a parser to run this, I have created a Python script, you can say, to run that parser. So my Python script is it's Python. So the file, you can see this http. If I go http.xml, the code is same. We have a version name, and we have a doc type foo and XXE, and these are two tags, and all the result of this thing will be reflected in this. So I'll just change to this to another something file with a file protocol. Yes, I'll give a write-up which I have seen a couple of weeks ago. File, okay, file etc pss. Okay, now if I run my Python XML, it will give me the data. Now you can see the data is between that tags, that test and test, between these tags. So since this my Python XML parser is also not so advanced that it can create a HTTP request for DTD file. I don't know why it gives me some issues. It gives me some errors. But in real world, if you want to practice it out, you can use Hack the Box patent machine, which have this same vulnerability. And for if you need some write-ups, and there are some write-ups like XXE in Word document. I don't know. Yes, this one. I'll just share this out to everyone. I hope this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. You can take the reference for as this link. It has the same thing which I have done in this place. Just the issue is that I don't have that malicious parser in my lab. I have uploaded the slides. I have already shared the slides from Google Drive. Anyone can access it. See? Yes, everyone can access that my PPT. Don't worry, I am going to upload it in my GitHub repository once I create it properly, and even the lab, if you want, I will upload it. So that's it for this session, Hacking Sunday episode 1. Since it was my first session, I know I have done some mistakes, but next time I will keep updating myself and make myself better. स्टार्टिंग में सबका ऐसी हाल होता है, मेरा भी हो रहा है. So if anyone has any questions, any doubts, you can ask me. I'm happy to teach it again. And till that, thank you, and I'm motivated by @monkey shell. My PC specs, I don't remember. It's 16 GB RAM, Ryzen 5, I think. I'm not sure. Yes, it should be Ryzen 5. Yes, AMD Ryzen 5, 16 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk. That's it. And graphic card, 4 GB, 4 GB of graphic card. So you can follow him. इस संकेत भी लिखूंगा तो भी आ जाएगा. M0 is fine. So he is the one from which I have got motivated, and I think he also have his own blog also. Yes, this one, exploit coder, and he has created a noob machine for network guys. So और कोई doubts पूछ लो. So if anyone has any recommendation for the next session for Hacking Sunday, you can anytime DM me on Twitter, because I am planning for the next session for deserialization and Postgres SQL injection. So if anyone else have any recommendation. Okay, fine. I think I'm not getting any. Okay, then I'll just end this video right now. Okay, if anyone has any doubts, or you can DM me on Twitter. I am available. Till then, tata, bye bye, take care. See you on next Sunday or next to next Sunday maybe. Try out SSTI. Yeah. That's okay. Yes, I'll also go for SSTI also. Maybe for next session or next to next. But I will cover up all the advanced techniques which is used in for web application only. Welcome. Okay, TT. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.